So I know that that my videos haven't been very loud, and I'm working on it. I did order a microphone, but because of the coronavirus, everything it might take like weeks to get here. But in the meantime, I try to have my microphone close. I'm just doing this on my iPhone, but I have it directed toward me a little better, so hopefully you can hear me okay. And I'll try to project a little better. Thanks for the note. So I have a reading here that someone besides me might be interested in. I keep seeing Elizabeth Warren popping up, or I have, you know, in the last several weeks. She'll pop up in my readings on, you know, the next president, you know, looking toward the next election. And then I've heard like a couple different psychics say or indicate that like they have a weird feeling about it too. Of course, maybe she's just gonna have a part in the you know, in it. But I just thought I just have to ask straight up: is Elizabeth Warren somehow? And I realize like she's out of the race, so how, you know? But there are ways that this could happen. But it would be a strange series of events for that to actually happen. But I just thought I'd ask straight up: is Elizabeth Warren going to be the next president sworn in after, you know, in the next, is she going to be the president in the next administration that's sworn in? I was going to say 2020, but I think they actually get sworn in like in January. Anyway, and here's the answer I got, and this very much relates to another reading I did on the 2020 election. And it's like being tied up in just knots. So what I get is a Page of Cups covered by the Five of Swords. This is, excuse me, neither a yes, it's not a yes, it's not a no. What it tells me is that we're going to be dealing with something we've never dealt with before, and that it relates to trickery, stealing. Like I immediately went back to my, you know, in my mind in the reading I did on the 2020 election, and how I think that there's going to be some of this going on, and it sort of almost like stalls everything. Like we're not sure how to proceed. So that's how I feel. Like basically this is what I feel for the next election. And here I see like the Magician at the base. Like I just feel that there are just all these different tricks at play. Like the Magician uses all these different elements in order to be powerful. The Magician can be good, but I'm not feeling that in this. But, you know, sort of like online manipulation and, you know, messing with the databases and messing with the votes and like fake news, you know, like the different tricks, like all the tricks are going to be in full force at the next election. I'm afraid, and I'm afraid that it's because we haven't dealt with it. It's like that thing, like in anyone's psychology, if you ignore a problem, it persists until it explodes. And we as a country have not dealt with, well, and I can show you at the base of the reed is this King of Wands, which I think is, you know, like Putin, who is, you know, we want to say he meddled, or, you know, it's like, I think that a lot of this has to do with because the Republican Party, Mitch McConnell, won't let us look into anything and won't let us protect our elections. It's just like, oh, that's just this silly thing that Democrats made up. And it's not. And this thing's going to blow up. But, you know, Mitch would probably like it because, of course, you know, the trickery is going to be in the favor of Republicans and whoever, you know, because Putin does not want Democrats, because Democrats are going to hold him accountable and like aren't somehow owned, you know, by him. Oh, it just gets so deep and dark. Freaks me out. So anyway, yeah, so I've got the trickery, I've got the like we don't know what's up, thievery, and I've got Two of Cups. So I actually think that she will be a vice president. So yeah, so this tells me like if she ever were to become president, I think she does start out as one of a team. So, I mean, unless it is her and she has like Kamala Harris as her VP, that would be interesting. But no, I don't know. I think that this is telling me she's a VP. which makes more sense. I mean, that would make sense. You know, she probably is in consideration for whether, I think it'll be Biden, but Bernie, either one, she would be in consideration. So yeah, I think this is telling me she's not gonna be in the presidential position at the time of the, you know, election. And then I find this interesting though. So this is my Elizabeth Warren card, Queen of Wands. And I'm like, so she would be leaving, this is the leaving the situation card. I'm like, so she's leaving the situation then at the, you know, but then I realize what's coming in is the world. Is this saying that ultimately, because queen, that's like also a status, that's a high status, but it's not as high status as the world. I mean, this would be more of the president card, right? So I don't know if it's saying like, she'll actually be moving up to the top position somehow throughout this craziness, even though it'll start out as a VP, that she will move up to the top position in the midst of all of this. I don't know, I feel like these two cards are kind of like, there's not even a context for us to tell you what's coming or something. I mean, I don't mean to be like, you know, projecting disaster. It's just sort of like big. These are big cards. But I do actually kind of like that notion, you know, if she's out as the Queen of Wands and in as more of the world, the president. Maybe that's what it's telling me. I see this back to sort of the election situation. It's like they got most of the votes. They have most of the support. Most of the country supports them. And yet they're stuck. They're trapped. And I think it's because of this whole thing. Like this is all new to us. We don't know how to proceed. It's that feeling like, how do we proceed from here? And it's just kind of a crazy, anxious time. And Wheel of Fortune at the end. I mean, it's like that thing that I was saying, like, this has to be dealt with. Like, you haven't dealt with, so this is going to have to blow up here because we just haven't dealt with it. And the Wheel of Fortune is, I think, to just finally address this, you know, negative force, this snake who's trying to infiltrate our, you know, country and just create disaster and take over. So, like, he hates democracy and all of that. So it's like time for that to sort of, I almost see it like a tick. So gross. But like we have to like get it out. Like it is sucking our blood. And we need to, like, you can't just, there's a special way of removing a tick and we have to remove the tick. So that was gross, but anyway, I found that interesting. Are the cards telling us that she is really going to elevate to there, or maybe she's going to be part of a team? But either way, back to that grueling kind of situation that comes up. But it's got to come up and we'll get through it. And I hope you enjoyed that read, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye.